Yes, now blessed. Now don't forget the rest. Now it's Des, King of the Pit TV, signing in once again. Yeah, yeah. Yo, at Des Rocksteady on Instagram. Follow me. Let's talk music. You've got me doing it. We're listening to Paranoid, the full album, start to finish. I did the self-titled record. Then I went on to Master of Reality, thinking that was the second record. Obviously not. I am tired, people. Alright. The hustle don't stop, so ignore me if I yawn. It's nothing to do with the music, alright? This is the second record by Sabbath. You've been getting on at me. You need to do the second record. You need to do Paranoid. You've jumped to the third. Alright, people. Alright. So I'm going to give a little bit of a disclaimer to start, yeah? I've heard War Pigs before. I've heard Iron Man to some degree before, alright? And what else we got? Paranoid. Of course I've heard Paranoid, people. Come on. So it's only going to be a partial first time listen. But I am going to be delving into the tracks I have heard with a little more of a sensitive ear, okay? I've not listened to these songs in years on end. I played Paranoid on I played War Pigs on Guitar Hero. Paranoid, I hear that wherever I hear it. Planet Caravan, I've heard the Pantera cover years back when I was 15 years old. Without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. So, this is War Pigs. Alright, people. Without further ado, let's jump straight in. King of the Pit TV, Black Sabbatherinio. The high end on that chord there is just magical, innit? Bass sounds like an oncoming tank, just crumbling its way towards you. And the good thing about doing all these Sabbath... before I did this channel, I was not paying any attention to Black Sabbath for any of my entire life, yeah? You've been giving me a lot of information about Sabbath. Obviously, there's an incredible fan base, and you've been giving me heaps of information, so... Tony Iommi, fingerstyle, never played with a pick apparently. Tuned to C-sharp standard on Master of Reality. The siren there just in key with the music, pretty good. Right, we're going to go back on that bit. So, the tempo change, or the double time perhaps, best part of it and the most symbolic part in my opinion is that hi-hat. Oh, actually, it's not even tapping it, it's just on the foot, innit? Best bit. Is he hitting it, or is that just the foot? Because he does like a choke. I've seen a band called H2O cover this. Does anybody know H2O? The posse punk hardcore band from New York City.
Witches at black masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction, in the fields of bodies burning, as the war.
That little lick there. You don't need much more, do you, than that lick? Come on.
Keeps turning.
Always remember that trill as well. Beautiful.
Hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Got a question for all the Sabbath fans. Does this record have the most Sabbath hits on it? Because look at the first 4 tunes of this record, just seems like back-to-back Sabbath hits. I know we talk about Sabbath with the riffs, but this is a riff. If you just amplified that digga digga, like 2-speed, that'd just be straight heavy metal, verging on thrash metal, or probably more thrash metal at that tempo. You can see right now how Sabbath are laying the foundation of what is right now still prominent in near to all metal music. I mean, this is like a rock and roll style riff, and I say rock and like a classic rock riff, as opposed to like, you know, Children of the Grave, which is a little more just driving forward, heavy metal, verging on just straightforward modern metal sound. But the root is here in this riff. I apologise if I don't make too much sense, people. I'm trying to reel off some thoughts and opinions, alright? Just don't crucify me, alright? But if you're too tight, if you doubled up this riff, be riff central, man. All of the high end on the riffs really pop through this production. The higher register fretting on that guitar on this record so far has just shone through, like the sun just gleaming down through a cloudy sky, man. Some of the drum fills as well on this particular song, just out of this world. Right at the start, where it's just... Let's get straight onto it. Come on, drum fills. That's all I gotta say. Here we go. Absolutely brilliant how we go from that just otherworldly riff, sliding riff, and convert it into a lead guitar solo. We went from rhythm to lead in one section. Two solos at once. But whilst we're paying so much attention to the lead, the bassist is going crazy. It's a little bit messy, don't get me wrong. It's a bit messy for me, but we got a lot going on here because the bassist is going crazy right now. There we go, that hi-hat again. That hi-hat. Dunno, the oomph and the power and the concentrated force and energy within them two stabs. Fantastic.
Now in darkness, world stops turning. Ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power. And as God has struck the hour, day of judgment, God is calling. On the knees, the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan.
Oh, where I lost my train of thought earlier when I was trying to reference a particular drum fill, that's what I meant. In these stabs, and then this drum fill makes you feel like you're gonna just come back into the groove, but bam! It just cuts you off once again. You get hit into, you just walk straight into a brick wall. That drum fill is epic. Listen.
The war pigs crawling, begging mercies
Sacks
for
you out.
the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
Ooh. This riff almost like a 90s style Britpop riff, when they had the like crunchy broken chord guitars. Yeah, if you're into your 90s music, your 90s band, indie slash pop music, you'll know about it. Stone Roses style, you know. One thing I mentioned whilst listening to the Black Sabbath self-titled is they definitely have an arsenal of licks and fills, because I heard reoccurring references to what would become War Pigs in some of the instrumental aspects of the self-titled record, including some of the solo. If you know what I'm on about, leave a comment and reference what I'm speaking of. Because, you know, I listen to these songs, then move on to the next, then move on to the next. Sometimes I don't remember the fine details, but let me know what I'm referencing down below. You know what I mean. bizarre outro there with the sped up section.
Do you think any of us will look
And I
back
say
in our
that because I
lives and
think it
regret the
hits,
things
it
we
doesn't
didn't
hit the
buy?
right note. Like it could finish on a perfect sort of optimized cadence, really hitting the right note to finalize it, but it doesn't. But that was that wasn't Paranoid. That was War Pigs off of the record Paranoid. Obviously, I've heard it before. It was interesting have a little listen through. Um, I don't think that outro's necessary. There's like a minute of jam at the end there just to send it off. Um, I think it could do without personally, but you know what I mean? That was War Pigs. The vocal line is incredible. I don't think it's Ozzy's best vocal performance, and if it's anywhere near Ozzy's best vocal performance, it goes to show that he wasn't the best singer, but he had the character and he definitely had the lyrics to really, and he had the melody. To be fair with you, the elongated bits as well. You know what I mean? The elongated sort of phrasing and rhythm to it really makes and fills out that empty space he has to deal with because, as far as the verses go on that tune, he's got plenty of space to fill. They're just do and then creating essentially this blues like solo section, but for the actual vocal. But rather than soloing, he's singing the verse. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's move on to the next track.